The atmosphere inside the Rams facility has shifted dramatically, and as someone who spends every day tracking the pulse of this team, I can tell you the excitement is palpable. We've seen many coaching changes, but this specific addition feels like the missing piece for our future. It's about more than just a playbook. It's about a legacy of greatness. For every fan who remembers the thrill of our championship runs, this move signals a bold commitment to staying at the very top of the NFL hierarchy right now. Ty Simpson is now the focal point of a massive strategic shift in Los Angeles, and the catalyst is none other than Cliff Kingsbury. When the Arizona Cardinals hired away our former offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur to be their head coach, Sean McVay faced a critical decision. While we promoted Nate Shielhays from within to take over the coordinator role, the biggest splash was bringing in Kingsbury as the assistant head coach. This isn't just a random hire because these two have a deep history. Back in 2018, the Rams actually tried to hire him, but he chose a path at USC instead before leading the Cardinals. Now, after a stint with the Washington Commanders, the timing finally aligned for these two offensive minds to join forces. The real story here isn't just about the coaching hierarchy. It is about the specific vision McVay has for his young quarterback. According to Mike LaFleur himself, Sean has been incredibly high on this young passer for a long time. The admiration dates back months, suggesting that every move made this offseason was designed with a specific development plan in mind. By bringing in a specialist with a resume like this, the Rams are telegraphing their intent to turn this prospect into a legitimate NFL force. It is rare to see an NFL team stack their coaching room with this much veteran experience just to support one individual's growth, but that is exactly what is happening in the building. We are seeing a masterclass in roster and staff management where the goal is to protect the franchise's long-term health. Kingsbury brings a unique perspective as a former player and a head coach who has seen every defensive look imaginable. His presence allows Shielhays to focus on the broader offensive game plan, while a dedicated expert hones the mechanics and mental processing of the quarterback. This setup is designed to remove the typical hurdles a young player faces when trying to learn the most difficult position in professional sports. The fans should feel encouraged because this level of intentionality usually leads to significant breakthroughs on the field. This is the full picture of the Rams' current strategy. The track record of the new assistant head coach is nothing short of legendary when you look at the names he has molded. We are talking about a man who walked into Texas A&M and helped turn Johnny Manziel into the first freshman to ever win the Heisman Trophy. Manziel himself credited this coach for giving him the self-assurance he needed to believe he belonged on a football field. But it didn't stop there because he then moved to Texas Tech and oversaw the rise of Patrick Mahomes. Even though Mahomes wasn't a finished product yet, the foundation of his creative and explosive playstyle was encouraged rather than restricted. Mahomes recently noted that being allowed to play without being put in a box was crucial for his journey to becoming an NFL superstar. The prospect we have in our locker room now is stepping into that same sphere of influence. This coach also helped Case Keenum set NCAA records and guided Kyler Murray to an Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Even during his time at USC, he was instrumental in preparing Caleb Williams for the professional leap. Most recently, he worked wonders in Washington with Jaden Daniels, who also secured Rookie of the Year honors under his tutelage. The players he coaches don't just improve, they often form a deep emotional bond with him, calling their relationships special and life-changing. For the Rams, this means the young quarterback isn't just getting a coach. He is getting a mentor who understands the psychological weight of the position. He knows how to speak the language of a passer because he was one himself. This expertise will be vital as the team looks to transition into a new era of offensive dominance. Imagine the growth possible when a talented athlete is paired with a coach who has successfully developed 3 different Rookie of the Year winners and a Super Bowl MVP. The impact on the locker room will be immediate as the offense sees a refined approach to the passing game. This is about taking raw talent and polishing it until it shines on the biggest stage. The history of success here provides a roadmap for what we can expect to see in Los Angeles. The direct consequence of this hire is that the Rams are finally prioritizing a safety net for the future of the offense. We all know that winning in this league requires a steady hand at the most important position, and this move ensures we have the best possible teacher in the room. If this development project succeeds, it means the team can remain a contender for the next decade without having to worry about a drop-off in production. It simplifies everything for the front office because they won't have to scramble for expensive veterans or take desperate gambles in the draft every year. Instead, they can focus on building a strong defense and a solid offensive line, while their young passer grows under expert guidance. This could help them win more games immediately because a well-prepared backup or future starter keeps the season alive even if things go wrong. We have seen seasons derailed by poor quarterback play in the past, but this coaching structure acts as an insurance policy against that kind of failure. It makes the entire roster better because the receivers will have more confidence in the timing and accuracy of the throws they are seeing in practice. The offensive line will benefit from a quarterback who is taught how to navigate the pocket and avoid unnecessary hits. This is the human side of football, where one person's growth ripples through the entire 53-man roster. For the fans, this means less stress on Sunday afternoons and more reasons to be optimistic about the direction of the franchise. It is a clear and direct path to sustained success. We are moving away from the uncertainty of the past and stepping into a period of calculated growth. The stakes are incredibly high, but the potential reward is another Lombardi trophy in the display case. When you have this much talent and this much coaching pedigree in one building, the results tend to speak for themselves. The goal is simple: create an environment where a young player cannot fail. By doing this, the Rams are positioning themselves to be the class of the NFC West for years to come. This is the simplified reality of why this matters. The contrast between the possible outcomes creates a massive amount of tension as we look toward the upcoming season. In the best-case scenario, the young quarterback absorbs every bit of knowledge from his new mentor and emerges as a top-tier talent. This would mean the Rams have successfully navigated a difficult transition period and found their next franchise cornerstone without missing a beat. The offense would become an unstoppable force, blending McVay's brilliance with Kingsbury's proven developmental techniques. Fans would witness a seamless passing of the torch that keeps the team in the Super Bowl conversation year after year. It would be a masterstroke of management that rivals any move we have seen in recent memory. However, the worst-case scenario is equally impactful and carries a heavy weight of risk. If the pairing doesn't click, the Rams could find themselves with a wasted investment and a gap at the most critical spot on the roster. If the development stalls, it puts immense pressure on the rest of the team to carry the load, which often leads to burnout and injuries. We have seen talented prospects fail before, and the fallout can set a franchise back for several seasons. The emotional tension comes from knowing that the margin for error in the NFL is razor thin. One bad habit or a lack of chemistry could undermine months of hard work. Every practice and every preseason snap will be scrutinized by the media and the fans alike. We will be watching for signs of progress or red flags that indicate trouble. The pressure on the coaching staff is also immense because they have staked their reputation on this specific plan. If it fails, questions will be asked about the decision to pass on other options. But if it works, it will be hailed as the smartest move of the decade. This is the high-stakes environment that defines professional football in Los Angeles. We are standing at a crossroads where the future of the team will be decided by the work done behind closed doors. The drama of this situation is what makes being a fan so exhilarating and nerve-wracking at the same time. This situation with the new coaching staff and the development of the quarterback is the most important story in the building. We have a clear plan, a proven developer of talent, and a young player that the head coach truly believes in. The pieces are all on the board, but now we have to see how they move when the lights are the brightest. It is a fascinating puzzle that will define the next era of Rams football. Be honest with me as a fellow fan. Would you trust a young prospect to lead this team if the veteran went down? Or does this coaching move finally give you the peace of mind you've been looking for? The future is bright, but the road is always challenging. I want to hear your thoughts on this strategic shift in the comments below. Do you think this is the move that secures our future? If you want to stay updated on every development from inside the facility, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you never miss an update on our Los Angeles Rams. We are in this together.